Hey lovelies, who's up for a read? Right, we're going to do the Mana Healing deck next. I did a reading this morning from my other Oracle deck, Light and Shadow. So we'll just do another one from this. Oh, okay. So the first one is the flipper. This is around past trauma, childhood wounds and healing. Now, I just come back from the shops and look at how non-stressed I looked. Do you know why? It just wasn't stressful at all. I don't know where everyone was, but I expected half of Sydney to be out in the shops today. They're not. It's very laid back. I love it when the shops are like that. Next card is Ancestors. Surrender. Reflection and Measured. Have we had these cards come out in the last few weeks? I'm sure we have. Some of them. This one, if you've been following me, this one you would have seen come up quite a bit. Okay, so clearly we need to keep having conversations about it. So past trauma. What is it around childhood wounds and healing that you need to let go of? How are these things showing up in your life? Are you copying and pasting the same people or the same relationships across your life where these things are being triggered? Okay. So this call out is asking you to acknowledge, what is it that's part of you that is wounded and still needs some healing? And I'm going to pull the card out that's come out further down here as well, okay? Because if you are involved with someone that is putting the mirror up to you and triggering these parts of you that haven't healed yet, and these wounds and these traumas that keep coming up and showing up in different ways, you're going to keep attracting this type of personality towards you. Okay, it's not something we can solve overnight. It can take people sometimes a lifetime to undo the damage that's been done here. So my recommendation and my invite to you here is, now that this card's come up, it's a thought starter. It's a conversation starter between me and you as a collective. What is it here that needs to be addressed? What do you need to think about in terms of those things that are being triggered in you, and where you're copying and pasting some of the same types of relationships that trigger these childhood wounds and traumas? What is it that needs fixing? How are you going to do that? Who are you going to talk to? So yes, I know I'm throwing a lot of questions at you, and I'm going to do so for my next few readings to really help you kickstart some of the thought processes required and needed, so that you can close out this year and say, yep, that's done and dusted, and you can go into the new year feeling all fresh and rejuvenated. Now, I'll say, I know it's not an overnight fix, but we have been talking about this for a few weeks now, and I'm certainly not saying that I'm a psychologist or a counsellor, but the ask here from this card is, what is it that's been triggered, and just have a think about those things, okay? And it's talking about as well that one of the most important things is that when you do realize and identify what those wounds are and what it is that's triggering you around these things, is that these emotions and the feelings you get from them, whether that's guilt, shame, sadness, feeling vulnerable, they're not here to break you. You're not defined by them. They're here to help you to sort of, first of all, identify them. Second, see what's triggering those things and coming up. And then the third thing, well, what are you going to do to fix that? How are you going to heal and help yourself to move past that? That's that card. The next one, which is beautiful to follow this, right, is your ancestors. Now, I'm just going to kick it out there, right? If this here has been a result of parents or of family members sort of imprinting on you forcibly in a physical way, so physical and in all sorts of different ways, your ancestors are here and have got your back. Okay, this is you know, a grandmother ancestor cloaking her granddaughter with her cloak of love. Her cloak of love, her cloak of wisdom, her cloak of protection. It's like a sacred thing that she's doing. So the call out here is you're never alone. You're never alone. Whether you believe in God, whether you believe in, you know, your version of God as a universe, or your version of the universe is spirit animals or spirit guides or ancestors, they're all of these things. Okay, and they're always there to have your back, and they want to remind you of that with this card. They're also saying it's time for you to surrender and let these things go. Okay, so some of you are letting these things really hold you back. So it's time to surrender, let go, and let go of the comparison and that self-judgment. Let go of the beliefs that no longer serve you and that are weighing down heavy on your heart, or weighing heavy, pulling you down, and you feel like you're constantly fucking being dragged back down. It's asking you here to let go and surrender. Okay, you're safe to do so. It's safe for you to do so. And then this card here, I always love it when the mirror's put up to our face. Like I keep saying, our living environment, our people that show up in our lives, our circles that we swing with and move with, our job and what we do, these are all reflections of who we are as a person. So it's always a nice thing to kind of revisit and sort of do a stock take of all that's going on in your life, with your living circumstances, with your bank accounts, with the people that you associate with, all of those things. And like I keep saying, now's a really great time of the year to do that, because we want to close out 24 and go out with a bang, and then also start our new year off with a bang. Okay, to do that, we have to take intentional care. Okay, it's not about racing or rushing and getting to the end. It's about taking our steps forward in a measured and precise way, being very calculated in our every move. We don't have to plan it down to the minute, plan it down to the detail, but just enough plan and detail there so that we are taking thoughtful and measured steps, and more so that we don't have to come back and do double the work because we were too busy rushing and we missed out a few details along the way. So the call out here is, take those steps with intentional care, be measured and precise in your thinking, so that you don't have to double handle yourself and go back and redo it, because that's not fun either. So that's the message from our Mana Healing cards. Join me for another couple of reads. I'm going to go through our Rumi deck and my other oracle deck as well, maybe some tarot. We'll see you there.